Hello everybody and welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I'm Count Christo. This is the wonderful European Universalis 5 and this right here, this is our problem. This coalition. We're very, very rich, which is good. But we have a big coalition. We just got a whole chunk of land off Bohemia. We'll need to integrate it all, of course. But we have a pretty mighty yoink that we just performed because they are a hegemon and we are not. And we were like, that is unfair. And we made it their problem. I think integrating Florence, probably a good idea. And yes, some frantic. It's all right. Calm down. Don't worry. My ambitions don't extend beyond Italy, is what I'm going to be saying in my letters to the southern German princes. So I'll get on that, and hopefully we don't get a huge coalition war that comes and roasts and toasts us. To that end, we need to declare on the existing coalition as soon as possible. Next month, in fact. So hopefully no one joins in the rest of this month. That would be ideal. And Milan hasn't rebuilt their fort. So good. So very, very good. Bring my transports back over here. We declare here. We've lost our France and Castile alliances, which are not ideal. I wonder if I could get our Castile one back. We could. No, they're blocked with us. And there's our hegemony back again. Risking inflation? Why did that change? Ah, because we're making some gold. Where is the gold? I didn't notice we were taking a gold province up here. Nice. Cool. That'll be good. It's fine. We can just mint a bit less. But yes, I think it's important that we declare on the existing coalition, which is big. Naples won't come if I declare on... Oh, it would be a no CB declo though, wouldn't it? That is... We can't use no CBs within the empire. Would cause some more aggressive expansion. So maybe we don't declare. Yeah, I think we don't. I think it would cause too much more aggressive expansion from doing the no CB. Nuts. Okay, well, we just rally the men. And... we hope, basically. We can embrace printing press. It has spread enough. We can't afford it right now, but we can do it. But I want it to spread a bit more. I don't want it to cost too much stability. And we still have a couple more things we want to research from this era. Not many, but a few. Slave center buildings. I don't know if we can build these. I think we can't because we're Christian. But I would like to give it a go. I haven't tried out slavery much so far this game. It would be interesting to experiment with. Sentences that are kind of horrible, but there you go. Being a great power increases the cost of our court by 3%. Sorry, 4%. That's crazy. And 3% from number of hegemons. So suddenly this has got a hell of a lot more expensive. Yikes. It's a very important year. It's 1444. Hooray! It's on the wall. Oh, you can't really see. Hang on. Where's my full cam? There it is. Look, it's 1444. It's like the wall. What's the... I'm going to drop the camera. What's the... Soy jack? It's 1444. Nice. Oh, this camera. I could just leave it pointed in honor of 1444. The camera will point at the map for the next little while. I'm just looking at what papers are currently visible over there. I think they're all fine. But yeah, 1444. So comparing the map, it's not hugely different to the 1444 start date. The Ottomans are obviously a bit weaker. The Golden Horde is more unified. Novgorod looks like they're doing pretty well, as is Sweden. But other than that, not hugely dissimilar, honestly, in terms of how the world has shaken out so far. Bulgaria's a bit stronger. Oh, especially because I didn't realize Bulgaria has some Greek lands. Naples took a bunch of land here earlier, by the way, and then lost it again. Anyway, the camera bit is a bit janky. I'll point that back here. But yeah, 4044. Always in our hearts, never forget. Oh, these slave centers are actually things you build in other people's land. I mean, that makes sense historically, right? A lot of the triangle trade was early on, maybe the whole time, I don't know. I think mostly early on was slaves being bought from locals, right? And then by locals, I mean Africans, obviously. And the Africans that lived closer to the coast would do slave raids inland, I think, a lot of the time. But my knowledge, I mean, don't take any of this as read. My knowledge on the area is pretty limited. But this is not very profitable right now because slaves are not very expensive. I imagine that will change when we use them as input goods, which is another horrendous phrase. But when we have production methods that call for them in the new world, which we will be getting to relatively soon. Sorry, a bit of an emotional whiplash after the 1444 hype. Okay, so it is going to cost us some stability and a lot of money, but I think it's time to embrace the printing press. Costs $2,000, very expensive, but some pretty exciting text that this unlocks. First off, you know I'm beelining 25% trade capacity. On the way to that, we're going to get some monthly diplomats, which is nice, spider construction, which is not, and some max literacy, which is nice. 10% across the board max literacy. That's a pretty darn big increase. So our peasants here are going to get 25% more literate just off the back of that. Pretty crazy good. Other things that I'm looking at are promote institutions could be useful, but I don't think it's that crazy good. Republican power down here I think is quite interesting. 25% crown power. 20% crown power. Hard to argue with that, really. There's loads of extra stuff that gives us more books down here as well, which could be nice. Lots of interesting stuff to pick up. Expected cost of court down, more crown power. Also, this is a unique government reform for us, which is kind of interesting, making the nobles and burghers happier, which is interesting. Cabinet seats is crazy good. I think I have to rush cabinet seats, followed by, how good are these? 10% power less for everyone. But the problem is legislative efficiency affects antagonism. So I don't know if I can do that. Maybe... Ooh, 10% efficiency of the cabinet? It does give you some traditionalism. What's our traditionalist ticker at right now? 0.2? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Administrative clergy makes the clergy happier, which means you research faster. More clerics, which I still don't quite understand what the function of that is. But more, I guess when there are more clerics, there are more people who are clerics, and therefore there are more people who are more literate. So let's go cabinet laws, and then Republican power for the 20% crown power. Seems good. And then more paper production. And then all paved roads. Yeah, and I'm not going to queue up more than that. We'll probably change the order of those because I mean that's a lot of text, isn't it? Also the monthly colonial migration, and there's just straight up 5% right here. So there's so much that we want. I think rushing the cabinet seat does make sense though. After the trade power, obviously, because trade capacity, that's bonkers. I love that. 10% cost on buildings. That would save us so much money in the long run, but lots of amazing stuff in there. I think I'm going to go for promote cultural unity. It does drop our culture's capacity, which is going to put us over, but it lets us convert faster, which I think is, in the fullness of time, going to be what's more meaningful. I mean, that's a pretty big increase. We also want to try and push more humanist, if at all possible. What are we right now? Yeah, 20 over. So we can't push much more humanist right now, but worth keeping in mind when we're making decisions in the future, for sure. But yeah, we're converting a pretty good click now. You can see that Ligurian is beginning to spread its tendrils. We're also on a bit of a RGO building kick. I've been massively expanding up the size of our RGOs, deciding what to build. I really think I don't understand what's a good idea yet. Like, I know trade is great, so I'm building a lot of trade stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. Also, our kid... Oh, hello. Yeah, Tunisian Patriots. We were expecting that. One of our kids, or our ruler's nephew, rather, is a prodigy, which gives you great ability increases. So we are giving him an expensive education in the hope that we can play as them in the future, hopefully. Also, don't freak out about our Republican tradition. It's just because I made everyone in my entire family marry lowborns again. So this forced divert trade thing, by the way, it appears we can just do it over and over again. So right now I'm getting trade. Will it actually show in the list? That would be convenient. Yeah, we're getting trade from the Arachnids and Bulgaria. And I'm just going to keep doing it. Because it seems like we can just keep doing it. So hey, Wallachia, give me half your trade. How long does it last? I don't know. I don't know that. And it's annoying that I don't know that. But, I mean, maybe it's forever. Who's to say? Until it ends, it's forever. It's like a, you know, teenage dating. Okay, so it's a big day. It's a big day to be us because we're about to get this plus 25%. It's not going to result in 25% more money, by the way. Look at the amount of money we're getting. That is in no small part because I wish there were easier ways to visualize markets, by the way. Like I can't visualize my market power globally very easily. But, oh God, Burgos market has all of these. It's so annoying you have to do this. I have reported it. Hopefully they'll fix it. But yeah, we have a lot of power in a lot of places that you wouldn't expect because of this divert trade thing. 12 in Lubeck, 25 in Köln, 1 in Bruges, some in Lund, yeah, a bit in Riga, a bit down here, a bit here. We got some all over the shop and it's about to get more. So we have 1,200 right now. And now that has been invented. Let's see how that goes. What are we getting next? Multiplier capacity, not that useful. Oh, hello. Ravenna has declared war on Ferrara. We are obliged to help. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have invited Ferrara, huh? Now we're in this war. Interesting. Against the Pope, no less. Hopefully we don't get excommunicated. But this looks like a very easy war. How many men you got, Pope man? Quite a few. We should be fine. But anyway, let's just raise up our local levies so I don't have to bother with naval transportation. What was I saying? Yeah, right. End of the month. I want to know what that income number goes to. And just to make it even more of a buff, let's make sure everywhere has everything fully assigned. That's more or less. Okay, good, sure. Good, sure. Good stuff. We're also integrating Florence, by the way. Don't think I'd mentioned that yet. We're probably not going to get anything out of this war. If they do give us stuff from this war, that's kind of bad, actually. So that's a bit problematic. Anyway, there's the monthly tick. Show me the money. Excuse me? It didn't change. Ah, because the amount of capacity we have changed this month, but it won't actually start using it until it redoes its like auto set up the trades. Fair enough. All right, next month they show us the money. Did we lose that fight? Surely not. Did you just lose? How did you lose that fight? What are you talking about? They are losing. No, okay, we won. Never mind. Go back to patrolling the seas. I'm intentionally not becoming the naval hegemon, by the way, because being hegemons increases the cost of your court. And I'm not really fussed about naval damage taken, the ability to force embargoes, or maritime support. So I'm just going to intentionally not become the hegemon, basically. All right, where's my money? Oh, yeah, extra 200 ducats a month off the back of those extra trades. Very nice. Very, very nice. Also, stability's a little low because we have been revoking some privileges. Look at this. 23% burghers. I even took some off the clergy and patricians as well. We might want to look at taking some stuff off these guys, but I really don't think so. Yeah, no, I think these are all good. And then I don't think there's anything else because loads of stuff gives them way too much centralization. And eventually we might want to do fewer levies because levies are becoming less and less important, but right now they're still important enough for me to want to keep them around. Let's go put the Pope man in his place with our 2 armies. So we are now in a position to unlock the New World institution. So I think I'm going to just rush Cabinet Seat and paved roads. Then we'll go New World so we can get open sea exploration. And then we'll come back over here and we'll get cabinet laws and better workshops and stuff like that. It seems like the more sensible path to me. Meanwhile, Ravenna, the little opportunists, I kind of respect it though. They joined our side in the Italian League, used us to help them fight the Pope and take all this land, then immediately left and joined the French League, the blighters. I was just about to say, unfortunately, Tunis has allied Morocco, which is going to make it much harder for us to go to war with them. But apparently they just broke their alliance. Nice. Okay, so war with Tunis. We made the religious war CB, which I'm going to try and now use to dominate the Mediterranean, is my intention. Can we make it against the Romans? No. Oh, but we have Cleanse Heresy. We have a truce with them right now, but that's good. Ooh, 75%? Yikes. That's pretty expensive on conquer cost. But it's conquer cost, not antagonism, right? So it just makes it more difficult to take land. I feel like seizing some ports off the Romans, get a naval presence in the Aegean could be good. But obviously right now our naval presence is very focused around here. So getting a bunch of land here will be good. We have some presence around these parts, by the way. Where are we? There we are. Which is all coming from our overseas trade posts that we've been building around here. But yeah, war with Tunis. Perfect. Did not expect them to suddenly stop being allied. Let's do it. They might ally back in. I think we can beat them either way. We have some pretty beefy armies. We have a